Hi, my name is Nicholas Lossiter, and I'm going to be going over the presentation that we created for our final project. So here we go. Get this into the program here. So online learning, also known as e-learning. So presentation by Nicholas Lossiter, Samantha Dimmerman, and Megan Barkley. Here we go. So online learning possibilities. So when learning online, there are many positives that can come along with it. It allows students to rewind, pause, and even replay lessons as need be. Students can work in any place or setting so long as they have a computer. And it allows students to work at their own pace. Continuous synergy is generated. You can work anywhere at any time. A web course is available for the student to check in and work 24/7. Students have a life outside of school, I guess, and oftentimes need to travel. So with online school, they can travel and work from anywhere. You can be sitting on the beach on your vacation and doing schoolwork. Synergy. So here's a quote from the Illinois Online Network. So each individual can contribute to the course discussions and comments on the work of others. The synergy that exists in the student-centered virtual classroom is one of the most unique and vital traits that the online learning format possesses. So when working alone in a classroom, ideas can often be limited. However, when working online, it gives students many opportunities and options to speak out in discussions, online surveys, and comment on the work of others. And this helps to expand those ideas. Anytime you can expand ideas, that's a good thing. Learning is made easy, so students can take their time and actually learn the lesson. And if they doze off or daydream, which we're all want to do sometimes, for a minute, it's okay. Just a simple rewind and rewatch will fix the situation. Takes away excuses. No more excuses. It gives a lot more responsibility to the student. They're more responsible for their own education. So according to North Central University, they state, in fact, online programs can greatly increase your ability to move forward with your education goals while maintaining the lifestyle. And some benefits they include, they allow students to work full-time while taking classes. They give them the opportunity to learn from teachers all over the globe, and this can give students the opportunity to gain experiences from all over the globe. And as somebody who's from a small town in Minnesota, that is vital to get those outside perspectives that you may not get in a small town in Minnesota. But there are some drawbacks, and we need to talk about them. So here are some online learning drawbacks. Online learning can be very beneficial, but there are also a lot of concerns when dealing with an online environment. We're going to talk about them. The digital divide. What is the digital divide? Well, it is a split or an equity of people who have access to technology and those who do not. That's the divide. Now, how does it apply? More and more classrooms are being flipped, which we'll talk about in a moment, and relying on students to have computer and internet access. So who does it apply to? Students everywhere who do not have access to a computer at home or cannot afford a mobile device with an internet connection, while others may have the resources. Also, underfunded schools may turn to technology, but they themselves may not have the resources or money to provide services to all students. So online learning, it takes time, it takes resources, in other words, money. Teachers need to take on that added time and responsibility of keeping online postings and resources up to date. Added time, but maybe not added compensation. New technologies take time to get used to, and much more responsibility is given to students when learning online, which requires time management, which is a struggle for everyone, but also for students. Schools who integrate technology into their curriculum need willing and knowledgeable staff and administration, the correct sources, software, and of course, the time to familiarize staff and students with their course of action. Is it an entertainment or a tool? Countless users are not taught how to make the right decisions when faced with so many communication options. There are many distractions online. When teachers use YouTube as a learning resource, students may have to sit through various ads before they can view their content. Students can be excited to use online resources, but first must learn how to see it as a way to facilitate learning, to really grasp at the potential. So YouTube, there are the ads, but there are also all the other videos that they may rather watch than a video about school. Mental and physical concerns. So more screen time can put strain on the eyes. So the study in Globe and Mail states that 9.7% of teens in Ontario spend 7 or more hours in front of a screen per day, which can lead to bad posture. You need to be aware of sitting position, the height of the desk, and take regular breaks. There's isolation from outside and communication. So with the various forms of emailing and messaging, one may feel confined to digital communication, which in turn you can lose some of the face-to-face interaction that's so important. There are also very real online dangers, such as you could be susceptible to a virus from online sources. Personal identities can and have been stolen or used in a harmful manner if not protected. And unfortunately, there is cyberbullying, which is a very real phenomenon that bullying, of course, has always existed, but its introduction into the cyber world is relatively new. And there's internet addiction, which is also quite real. And effect on classroom learners. So more information online may deter some students from wanting to attend class and review such material, and then losing that face-to-face learning may lose the interaction factor that some students need. So if students are watching videos as opposed to learning directly from a teacher through a lecture, that perhaps some students do better by hearing it from a person directly as opposed to watching a computer screen. But a way to talk about that in a different way is the flipped classroom. So what is the flipped classroom? So the flipped classroom takes online classes, which we've been talking about, and uses it in a traditional classroom. So it kind of combines the two schools a bit. So class lecture time is replaced by a series of online videos. Those videos can be paused and rewound to fit the user's needs, which provides more in-class time for discussions and more teacher-to-student interaction. So you have the students watching lecture videos and taking that out of the classroom, but putting discussion, putting interaction, and solving problems into the classroom. So it's kind of the combination of, or taking online learning and putting it in the classroom. So what are the resources out there to flip? Most sites are free. There's famous sites like Khan Academy and TED Ed. These sites have built-in grading and other measurements, which can help teachers, see to make sure that their students are, doing the readings and comprehending. And if they're not, if they don't seem to be grasping concepts, then the teacher can see it clearly and intervene as need be. And there are also interactive projects on these websites that can broaden themes talked about in classes. But like anything, there are potential drawbacks, and the digital divide, which we talked about earlier, could prevent some students from participating. Students would likely need school-provided computers, which would be costly, and parents and administration may be hesitant to support flipping the class. Parents, because they don't understand exactly what's going on and why. Administration might be hesitant if parents are hesitant. Overcoming these drawbacks, you can overcome them certainly, mostly through communication and more communication between students, parents, and administrators. Students need to know the new expectations of them. Parents need to know why and how this is happening. And administrators need to know that everybody's happy and on the same page. Teachers need to have effective lesson plans. If you're having videos online that students are watching all the time, you need to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and be organized about that. And I've got just a short video about helpful technology to be able to flip.
When a lot of people think about flipped classrooms, they start thinking about videos. Lots and lots of videos. Video, 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 video. And video has a technological component to it, and a lot of people then think that the flipped classroom is a technological solution. Well, we think a flipped classroom is a pedagogical solution with a technological component, a very large technological component. So let's get some of these tech tools on the table so we can get you the tools that you need to start flipping your class.
But Aaron, why do I need to make my own videos? There's lots of videos out there. 2 plus 2 equals 4, whether I say it or somebody on the internet says it.
Well, you're right, there's plenty of material out there, but I think it's really best for teachers to try at least to make their own content. There's a relational aspect that you have with your students that no one else in this world has, and you cannot replace that by using someone else's material. So I've decided to make my own video content. I don't know the first thing about making videos. What do I need to make this happen?
I know a teacher. He hands the phone to a student and said, "Can you help me make a video after class?" And they shoot the video of him standing at the chalkboard, and then he posts the video online.
And if you choose a student who's struggling, that student is going to get it twice. They're going to see you when they're there live with you, and then they can go back and view that video content again.
Differentiated instruction. Another tool for making flipped class videos are screencasting programs. Whatever is on the screen is recorded.
And in case you haven't noticed, tablets are everywhere. And there are a plethora of whiteboarding apps for tablets that you can write on the screen, bring in pictures, record your audio to produce video content for your students. Okay, so now that you've created some video content, where are you going to put it so your students can access it?
There's a plethora of sites such as YouTube and Vimeo you can use. But what if your kids don't have access? A lot of kids, well, they don't have access to the technology. What do you do then?
We have physical media that we could use. We have USB drives. They're relatively inexpensive. Get a few of those, check them out to your students as needed, or you could burn them onto a DVD.
So with all these tools for creation and sharing of the videos, we're often asked which is the best tool or tools that you should use. Ultimately, it depends upon you. What technology are you comfortable with? What do you actually have? That's the tool that's going to be best for you.
So yeah, just a helpful little video there to give some insight. And does it work? Does any of this work? So in the case study performed in Byron, Minnesota, which we talked about in class, test scores overall improved all over the board. Students and parents were positive about the flip after everybody was on board and you could see results. And the school ended up saving money by not having to order textbooks, actually, and that's why they did it in the first place. And the school became a model for innovative education. Also because the teachers, in throwing the textbooks out, had to come up with their own lesson plans, which allowed them to be much more creative. They didn't have to follow a textbook. So here's our whole presentation, once again, just the wide view, and we'll go in just for the citations there, and we'll come out. And yeah, so that was our, there it is again. So yeah, that was our presentation, and thank you for watching.